softer back then, the kind that makes you wanna start again. You wore that yellow dress on the last warm day, and everything was golden in a certain way. We drove with all the windows halfway down, through every back road on the edge of town. The radio played something we both knew, and you sang every word slightly off cue. I watched you like a film I wanted saved, not knowing that was all I'd have. If I could find a door back to that month, I'd walk through it without a second thought. Back to when the hardest thing we faced was finding somewhere warm to park and wait. Back to September, when everything was easy. Back to September, when loving you was breezy. Before the winter came and changed the air. Back to September when we didn't care. Back to September and that yellow dress instead. That playlist sitting on your floor, you added songs I hadn't heard before. The apple orchard on the edge of things, where you climbed higher than the afternoon brings, and called down to me laughing from a branch. That moment was the one I choose by chance. I know you can't go back to what has been. I know that September's just a memory, but some months hold a different kind of light that follows you into the darkest night. And September is that month for me, the warmest thing that I will ever keep. I took a drive last year when leaves turned gold, through all the back roads like the ones we told. And for a moment standing in that light, with golden leaves and everything just right, I felt you there, as real as you could be. Back to September, when everything was easy. Back to September, when loving you was breezy. Back to September, when we didn't care. I go back to September, before the fall. Back to September, photo from 3 summers back. You're laughing at something just off to the left. Hair shorter, eyes brighter, both of us younger. Before we knew what we'd eventually lose, we looked like people who had no idea what the next few years were going to do. And I love that version of us so much, the one that didn't know yet. Until they're done. I remember the exact weight of that song, the way the fan hung low in the background, the way we thought we had unlimited time, the way we spent it like we did. I miss the version of us that didn't know how good it was before we watched it go. I miss the easy way we used to be before the weight of everything set in. I'm not saying we were perfect back then, I'm just saying I go back just to feel it again. That version of us on a Tuesday in July. Have a goodbye. Nostalgia is a gentle kind of ache. It doesn't ask for anything you have, just sits beside you in the evening light and shows you everything you had. I let it stay a little longer now, instead of pushing it away. Some memories deserve to be visited, not just stored and saved. I miss the version of us that didn't know how good it was before we watched it go. I miss the easy way we used to be before the weight of everything set in. I'm not saying we were perfect back then, I'm just saying I go back just to feel it again. That version of us on a Tuesday in July. Good things, have a goodbye. That version of us, I miss that version of us. Run to you. Midnight, the city breathes so slow. Neon light reflects on empty roads below. I check my phone, but every screen goes dark. The only signal coming from your heart. I've been standing at the edge of something real, afraid to name the weight of what I feel. But the music doesn't ask me to explain, it just moves me down the street again. And I don't care what the hour says. Some things live between the silences. I feel your pull beneath the bass and high, a frequency I can't, no, won't disguise. So I follow that sound, follow that way, follow every note you've ever played. I run to you, I run to you, through the echo and the haze I'm breaking through. I run to you, I run to you, underneath these northern stars I find it true. Every beat, every breath, every single move is pulling me closer. I run to you. Bodies moving slow, cascading waves, sweat and smoke and half-remembered names. But yours stays clear like a chord held long, like the only room I've ever called home. I've been chasing light through strangers' eyes, mistaking noise for something like a sign. Let the music carry us away. There's no tomorrow, there's no yesterday. Just this moment, just this room, just this space, just the way you look at me from across this place. I run to you, I run to you, through the echo and the haze I'm breaking through. I run to you, I run to you, underneath these northern stars I find it true. Every beat, every breath, every single move is pulling me closer. I run to you. Run to you. Run to you. Run to you, run. candle burning low beside the bed. Old plants wilting, all your words unsaid. Phone face down so I don't see the time. Scrolling back through everything that's mine. How did we go from always to this size? From everything to nothing without try. The ceiling holds the questions that I had about the road we took and went so bad. Your side of the closet still has things inside. I leave the door half open every night. I pour a glass of water, stand and stare at the version of myself that's still right there. She keeps on saying everything is fine, but her eyes give away every single line. Lonely tears on a crowded pillow. Every side feels exactly the same. Lonely tears by a quiet window, watching strangers who don't know my name. I keep telling myself that I'm okay, but the mirror only buys it in the day. Sink of dishes, one fork, one plate. Talking to the television late. Wearing your old sweater on the couch like you just stepped out, like you're halfway out. I keep your mug right where you always left it, 'cause moving it would mean that I accept it. The midnight mirror knows me better now than anyone who's ever seen me somehow. I press my hand against the cold glass surface and wonder if this pain still has a purpose. Maybe in the breaking there is something. Maybe empty rooms are still worth something. Maybe in the morning I'll pull back the blinds, let a little sunlight rewrite my mind. But tonight the mirror and I have a deal. She won't judge the tears and I'll let myself feel. Lonely tears on a crowded pillow. Every side feels exactly the same. I keep telling myself that I'm okay. Lonely tears, lonely little river. still live in the city where we met. Every corner holds something I can't forget. The streets remember every step we took. Every coffee shop still has your look. The cafe on the corner of 5th and Main, where we spent every Sunday in the rain. The park where we would walk on Tuesday nights still has the bench beneath a string of lights. I sat there yesterday and closed my eyes and tried to hear you laugh beneath the skies. Traffic light we ever waited at, every restaurant where we used to sit, every bookstore, every cinema, every street is somewhere that I'm scared I'll have to meet. Still your city everywhere I turn, still your city every bridge and curve, every alley, every avenue. Still your city 'cause it still has you. Still your city, and I'm still alone. I can't outrun the map we drew together. Store where you found that old vinyl, the hill we climbed that felt almost final, the subway stop where we first held hands. I still stand there longer than anyone understands. The flowers stand outside the metro gate, still sells the ones you loved at half the rate. Maybe I should move away and start again, find a city that doesn't know your name. But even then I know that I will bring you. In every city block I'd still see through you, because you're not just in this city's bones, you're in mine too, wherever I call home. Keep walking through these streets we share, pretending that I'm just some stranger there. I've tried to make these streets belong to me, to walk them like a person who is free. But freedom feels a lot like running from a city that still knows where I came from. Still your city everywhere I turn, still your city every bridge and curve, every alley, every avenue. Still your city and I'm still alone. Still your city now, and maybe forever. left a cardigan across my bedroom chair that still carried something like an afternoon. I told myself it meant nothing, just an object, but I kept reaching for it in the room. I wanted you beyond what words could carry, more than every quiet I sat inside, more than all the rooms I walked through empty, more than every feeling that I tried to hide. I wanted you the way the last light fades to blue, that slow and irreversible and true, sinking into something with no border, all I ever really came back to. I want you. Into your name in conversation, smiled and said, I'm glad that you're alright. But something underneath came loose and stumbled, a thread that came undone below the light. Cause I wanted you beyond what words could carry, more than any version of moving on, more than every sentence I constructed to convince myself that wanting you was gone. The way the last light fades to blue, that's slow and irreversible and true. Nothing on the surface showing damage, but deep below still pulling me to you. I wanted you the way the last light fades to blue, that's slow and irreversible and true, sinking into something with no border, all I ever really came You said you're running on empty again. I said I know that feeling, I've been there. Cold coffee sitting untouched on the counter. We promised forever, but we're still not there. The calendar's full, but our evenings are hollow. We talk around things that we should be saying. I watch you scroll through your phone in the lamplight. Something between us keeps quietly framed. But I don't need grand gestures or roses. Don't need you to fix what you don't understand. I don't need speeches or perfect solutions. I just need your presence. I just need your hand. I don't need the world to stop and notice. Don't need a love that burns too bright to last. I just need a quiet kind of closeness, the kind that holds you steady when the storm has passed. Missed calls stacking up on your cracked screen. You're stuck in traffic, I'm saving your plate. A bad film playing, we're too tired to leave now. But somehow together, still feels like fate. You laughed at something stupid on the television. I laughed because you laughed, and that was enough. We don't need magic or perfect conditions. We just need each other when the days get rough. When I fall apart at the edges, when everything feels like it's coming undone. You don't say a word, you just sit beside me. And somehow that makes me feel less alone. You hold me like nothing outside matters. The noise of the world gets quiet in here. So I don't need diamonds or decorations. Don't need a love that everyone can see. I just need you showing up in the small things. The only love I'll ever need is you loving me. Just you loving me. Small things, quiet kind of closeness. There were words I kept rehearsing in my head. 1,000 different versions left unsaid. I wrote them down and crossed them out again, and watched the moment pass like summer rain. I meant to call you on that Tuesday night, when everything between us wasn't right. I had the words already on my tongue, but swallowed them and left the battle hung. I meant to say I loved you more than this, and all my unsaid words just drifted off. All these words still left unspoken. Too late to say what should have filled the space. Too late to say it to your face. Too late to say I should have held on longer. Too late to say that we could have been stronger. Too late to say I'm sorry for the quiet. Too late to say I didn't wanna fight it. Too late to say you were my favorite person. All the words I say for the right time. Too late to say, and still they're only mine. Still they're only mine. Say your laugh was my favorite sound. The way you read with one leg on the chair. The way you always push back all your hair. I catalog it all but kept it in, thinking there'd be time to begin to say the things that mattered most of all. But time ran out before I made that call. Maybe if I'd said it back in March, when the winter was just losing its heart. Maybe if I said it on that drive, when everything between us felt alive. Maybe words said soon to change the story, before too late becomes the only call. I practice saying everything out loud now, because later has a way of never coming, and silence has a way of slowly numbing everything that matters in the end. Too late to say is the hardest thing to find. Too late to say I should have held on longer. Too late to say that we could have been stronger. Too late to say I'm sorry for the quiet. Too late to say you were my favorite person. Too late to say, and still they're only mine. Too late to say, still vision so clear. You knew exactly how to disappear. You had it all mapped out before I knew. But somewhere in those plans, where was I too? You called your friends and told them how you felt. You dealt with every card that you were dealt. You found a therapist, you found your peace. You found a way to give yourself release. You healed so loud I heard it through the walls. But no one ever came to make my call. I was just the before to your after. Like I was just the reason for your leaving. But what about the one you left here grieving? What about me standing in the hallway? What about me crying in the doorway? You got your clothes, you got your fresh new start. What about me and my broken heart? And I'm glad you did. But what about me? What about me? You change your number, change your part of time. And stop wearing that crown. You posted sunsets, posted morning runs. You look like someone finally free and done. And everyone around you cheered you on. But who was there for me when you were gone? I'm not angry that you're here. I'm not bitter that you're well. I just wish that someone asked me how I was and couldn't tell. I was drowning in the quiet while you were learning how to fly. Maybe I'll get there too someday. Maybe I'll find my own new way. But right now I'm still standing in the mist. And I just need someone to stop and say that I matter too, in my own way. What about me? Standing in the hallway. What about me? Crying in the doorway. What about me? Learning how to breathe. But what about me? What about me? Still here. What about me? Still trying. Someone ask about me. What about me? The coffee's going cold and so is evening. Your name still rises in the rising steam. I thought that time would turn the volume lower, but you keep finding me inside my dreams. Found a note inside an old coat pocket, half a heart drawn in your handwriting. How does a scrap of paper still have power to drag me all the way back to the beginning? Every photograph eventually, then found one printed, tucked inside a drawer. You're laughing at something just off camera, the way you used to laugh, I can't ignore. I sat down on the floor and stayed there longer than I would ever want to admit out loud. Some griefs don't move in straight lines toward forgetting. Some stay and make a home inside the crowd. I've rearranged the furniture, but you cling like smoke to everything in here. If moving on is what I'm meant to be doing, why do you still feel like all I breathe? Why won't these memories release me? Small ghost in the daylight, in my sleep. Every argument, every laugh, every us. Why won't these memories scrolling through the days like they're all borrowed. I've been scrolling through the days like they're all borrowed. Every cup gone cold before I taste it right. Busy keeping busy just to fill the quiet. And lying in the silence every night. All these places, all these people, all these moments. Still a hollow space that lives inside my chest. A particular kind of loneliness the fullest life can't fix. Because what I'm missing isn't volume, isn't glamour, isn't novelty or thrill. What I'm missing is someone who knows me, who stays when all the shiny things go still. You are the love I need, not the dazzling kind that dazzles then retreats. Just a hand when I forget how to be steady. Just a voice that finds me when I can't find sleep. You are the love I need, not the love that makes a story for the crowd. I don't need fireworks illuminating rooftops. Don't need a love that everyone applauds. I need someone laughing in the supermarket aisle, arguing with me over which pasta sauce is yours. I need tired eyes that still look over at me, hands that find my hand without needing to think. Someone who will watch me try and sometimes fail, and stay beside me right there at the brim. I need the grocery runs and the bad decisions. The 11 p.m. what do you want to eat? I need the small annoyances of closeness, the kind of love that makes the ordinary sweet. You are the love I need, not the fever dream that burns and disappears. Just a shoulder on the days I come apart. Just a presence that reminds me I am here. You are the love I need, You said goodbye like it was temporary, like you'd be back before the week was through. Left a toothbrush and a half-read novel, like you were just gone, not actually through. I kept your mug on the same side of the shelf, kept your side of the bed the way you left. Not because I thought you were returning, just because changing it felt like that. The goodbye, the stage is quiet, no dramatic door slam, no final speech. Just a gradual pulling back of time, until you were just slightly out of reach. Then further than gone in a memory, in the memory of a memory of you. The kind of ending that arrives so slowly, you're already through it before you knew. Goodbye that stayed was quiet. Some goodbyes don't announce themselves, they just settle in like weather. Some goodbyes don't feel like endings until you look back and add it together. This was a goodbye that stayed, that moved in while I wasn't looking. A goodbye that learned my name and quietly did all the unhooking. A goodbye that stayed. A goodbye that stayed. I don't blame you for the way it ended. Soft and slow is still an end. I just wish I'd known which day was the last one, so I could have held it like a friend. Instead, I was just living like normal, while the goodbye was already there. Sitting in the corner of the kitchen, learning all the